Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Non-Gone and today we're playing Death Stranding. This is the original non-director's cut PS4 version. We're playing on the PS5 to reduce loading screens because we're doing a speed platinum run. We're at the end of the run, so this is part 10 of a detailed walkthrough. I've already done the run. My time was 45 hours, 43 minutes. It was enough to be first on PSN profiles. I wasn't happy with it. The first half was okay. The second half was like a dumpster fire. So I'm trying to kind of put together something that routes it a little better than what I've been doing. I'm going to combine this with getting all the trophies because I wanted to do it as bonus content anyway. For those that don't want to do it in a speedy fashion but still want some sort of intelligent way to approach this and get all the trophies without getting lost for stuff. So those of you that are with me for the detailed walkthrough, bear with me for a little bit. I might explain a few things that you already know. Those of you that are just joining, also bear with me. There's a few things we already covered, and I'll try to reference those back in the appropriate spot in the game. But let's go ahead and get started. So there's 62 trophies you need to get before you get the platinum in this. We are working on these four, which is Best Beloved, Growth of a Legend, Great Deliverer, and Fount of Knowledge. And that's what we've been working on for like the last 6 videos. If you get these 4 trophies, you will also, by default, get 39 of the other trophies, assuming you finish the game as well, got to the credits. So including these 4, that gives you 43 trophies. So that's the first section, is the first 43. I'm not going to talk about the ones that are unmissable. If you get these 4, you will get the other 39. You don't even have to look at them. I guarantee it. You'll probably get some more too, but it's possible that you don't. So I'll show you how to get all of them. So yeah, let's start with Best Beloved. As you can see, this is mine. The photographer was my last person to get there out of the 39 locations. The way you get there is by making deliveries and getting likes, and eventually all 39 of them will get there. If you want a more detailed map of that, that is what the last like 5 videos have been about. So there you go. However, while you are doing that, I suggest you focus on a couple of things. Number 1, time deliveries. Number 2, miscellaneous deliveries. Each one of them has a category. When you're selecting the delivery, make sure you focus on those 2 categories. And then also keep an eye on your bridge links for your 5-point star. You have to get all 5 of those points of the star, which 4 of the points are the same categories as Growth of a Legend. And the 5th one is for bridge links, which is online. So that's what we're going to work on, those 2 trophies next. So as you can see, if you go into your bridge links and pick your own user, you can go over to the deliveries tab and it'll tell you how you're doing on each of the 4 categories. First off, if you're doing Legend of Legends, right when you get to the credits, you want to switch to hard mode. You can't get S rank and Legend of Legends rank without being on hard mode. So make sure you do that. As you can see, I had all of them done, only 21 time deliveries though with S rank, so I was close there, and I only had 16 of the miscellaneous. So I had to go back, do some miscellaneous to get back up to 20. As you can see, I was able to do that. I suggest if you do these at this point that you focus on ones that don't have enemies, so like in the water or in like falling rocks or whatever. If you have to go into mule camps, make sure you go in and clear them out before you touch any cargo. If you have to go into BT areas, clear the BTs out before you touch any cargo. You don't want to damage your cargo at all. If the delivery is timed, make sure you go in and clear the enemies out before you even pick up the delivery, because that way you don't have to worry about the clock starting. You just run in, it's empty, grab your cargo, run back. Once you do that and get Growth of a Legend, you should also have been working on getting to level 60 on each of these 5-point stars. And as you can see, I was pretty close. I had 1 to go on bridge links. I had like 7 to go on timed. And I had, if you follow my walkthrough, you won't, because we'll be doing a lot more of the time deliveries. And I had a couple left on condition. And really just take the ones with the most likes in those categories. I know it sucks because you've already done like 200 of these for the last 3 days, but that's how you finish it. So just keep going until each of those is at 60 and you will get Great Deliverer. So once that's done, again, you feel free to look at this spreadsheet that's got a sortable list of all of the standard deliveries. You can sort it by category and then by likes, and it'll tell you what your easiest ones will be. The more likes you get, the higher your stars will go. If you need green likes, which is the bridge links section, just go and build a road. That's it. That's all. In that vein, we're going to get 2 other trophies, which you probably should have by now. but I just wanted to make sure that we put them in this section. So building a road is the first one, and that's called All Roads Lead to the UCA. And again, it's possible if you've been putting resources and pavers that you haven't actually completed one yet. If you really need to do it and you're at the end, there is an order number 25 in orders for Sam, not standard orders at Lake Knot City. Not only will they give you, like, not only will it unspawn that paver right outside of there, it'll give you the resources you need to finish it. So do that if you need it. All roads lead to the UCA. That is trophy number 44. Good job. So 18 to go. The other one that we're going to get, that we should get while we're doing this, is Pathfinder, and that is to help porters through a mule or terraced area for the first time. This is when you knock out all of the people in an area, so with the bullet gun or non-lethal, whatever. There'll be an alarm that's like, meh, meh, and it'll go meh, when you get your last one. A little message will come up that says the area is safe for porters. That's when Pathfinder should pop. So you should get that while you're doing miscellaneous, because you're supposed to clear them out before you go in and take cargo. So that would be trophy number 45. So we're down to 17. So before we get into easier stuff, let's finish up this last one of the 4 trophies here, which is Fount of Knowledge. And that's for getting all 56 memory chips in the game. They're scattered all throughout the map. Some of them don't spawn until certain conditions are met. At this point, all the conditions have met. If you are coming here from the walkthrough, then I suggest you route these, go back through and find good spots to pick them up. That's what I did, but I couldn't find the video that was appropriate, so we're just going with it at the end here. If you're just getting here, I would suggest you don't even use this part as the way to find memory chips. I'm not going in any semblance of an order. You have to go back through like 5 videos and find the chapter stamps. Just look up Power Picks or the one on PlayStationTrophies.org to get these 56. So, but I did the first 43, so let's do the last 13. So the number 44 is going to be on the road from Lake Knot. It'll turn to the west and then to the south. When you look to the left, there's a big like rock complex with a cave in it. That's where the memory chip is. That's 44. 45 and 46 are down by the Timefall farm. 45 is literally on the roof of the Timefall farm. Just walk up the back of it. It'll be right there. 46 is on that big peak just to the southeast of there. You're going to need a couple ladders to get up and down there, unless somebody's nice enough to put a zip line there, which they were in this case. Thank you for that, whoever you are, random online person. There's a cairn up there and a whole bunch of chiral crystals, so an R1 with the Odor Deck will help you tremendously. And that would be 46. Before we go over, that was the eastern side. Before we go over to the mountains, there's one at the incinerator, and that's one of them that you got to get a glowing object email. I think it's from the way station dude. So it's probably been there a little bit, but I haven't been back that way. So just run on up the front and walk across the catwalk. You don't need equipment. Just grab it. That's 47. The rest are up in the mountains. So start at Mountain Knot City and walk directly to the left. There's a tar pit there. That'll get you number 48. It's right there by the Mountain Knot. You could have got it at any time. Head on down where the road would be. If the road's there, head on down the road. About at the bottom of the hill there'll be a cave on the right. That's memory chip number 49. Head back up to Mountain Knot and zip twice towards the Mountaineer. That should put you on this little ridge, this little hump, rock, whatever, by these poles that are sticking out. If you sneak down off that rock directly north, you'll find memory chip number 50. Hop back on the zip line and head up all the way up to the first prepper. And when you get off this zip line, the peak that you're on has number 51. And this is another one you got to wait for a glowing object email from first prepper. Since he's one of the later ones that we 5-starred, the last time I was up here was the last time it was there. Maybe when you do the pizza delivery, it'll be there. But yep, that's 51. 52 is along the path that you took from the first prepper when you first came up here. So to that building that blew up, right? You had to fight Cliff, and then it teleported you back to Mountain Knot. The building's destroyed. Memory chip number 52 is on there. You can walk up the peak and then turn left to avoid having to go down the cliffs. From Mountain Knot City again, so we're going back there. Head up to the zipline that you put on the ridge behind Mountain Knot. And just below you, the building right there should have memory chip number 53 on the front balcony. From there, you can actually see this as you're ziplining up. It's on the right in the ruined city. There's a little squat kind of building where the corner's like hanging out. And there's like 1 or 2 stories worth of posts there. Memory chip 4054 is up in those. So good job. That leaves us with 2. 55 is real easy to see on the map. It's at the tip of the heart in Hartman's Lake. So right where the 2 curvy edges come together. It'll be right out there on a little thing. You can walk there from your zip line. It's not too bad. And then number 56 is down in the Vogue, down by the paleontologist. You definitely did a fetch quest down here. You had to do it for the story. That's another one. You got to wait for the email from the paleontologist. So as soon as you get the glowing object one, just grab an oxygen mask, run down there like you did before, hit R1, and it'll pop right up. And that should be it. Fount of Knowledge, congratulations. We are now down, what do we got, 46 out of the 62? So we got 16 to go. So from here, we're going to do a couple of menu-based ones. These are super easy, and probably you've done most of these. If not, you could do them pretty easy. Make sure you're in a private room for this next one, and that is going to be soothing sounds, and that's to use the music player for the first time. This menu option won't show up in the field, so go ahead and use it. And as soon as you hit music player, it'll pop right up. While you're in here, go ahead and read all your email. You should already have this. You need to read emails for some of the preppers, but it's possible that you didn't read all the optional ones. So just scroll down until they're marked as read. There's well more than 100 by this point in the game. And then right below that, the next option is interviews, and you want to go ahead and scroll down there until you get 100 there. And that's the past guides the presents and the post guides the presents. So we've got 3. Once you hop out and go back into the field, hit your options menu to bring up. I'm not sure if this is in private menus or not. I think it might be. But you can just go down to supply requests there and request something. Doesn't matter what it is. Ladder, climbing anchor, boots, whatever. Just issue the request and you will get helping hand. And then we're going to basically do exactly the same thing. Go to any terminal and go down to share locker. And you can donate any item that's on you, like a PCC or whatever. So if you don't have one, make one and then donate it to the share locker and you will get the Giver of Gifts trophy. And then we're also going to go ahead while we're at a terminal and complete a standard order with the delivery bot. So just go to standard orders bot deliverable. This is another one during a speed platinum. I'm not sure if this is helpful or not. The bots will get there almost all the time, but they will wreck the cargo and it will take forever. So I don't know if it's better than just building a zip line and doing it yourself, but you do have to do one of these. And I figure we'll do it now while we're messing around building, and that will give the bot time to get where it has to go. So again, you can do this as soon as you get bots and just do it right there at the terminal at the distribution center. You can do it at any point in the game. Just remember that it will take away, do a delivery that you don't want to do yourself. So yep, that's the advice I can give you. That Automation Revolution, that's 6 more. We're down to 10 trophies to go. So there's a handful of trophies that have to either be done in certain places or in certain situations in the field. Let's go ahead and knock some of that one out. The first one I like to do, of course, is I couldn't hold it in, which is, you know, it's to pee in the field for the first time. So get away from all your structures, go outside. Your pee is and has been the entire game listed as one of your weapons, and it is. You can pee on BTs, so if you already did that, you already got this trophy. But just go like you would select any other weapon, and then when you got your hose in your hand, hold L2 to aim and R2 to fire, and you will get that trophy. Make sure when you're done that you say, "We did it, fellas!" That's that. So we're down to 9. The next one is a little more gentle, and that is to soothe a crying BB and stop the crying. Again, this is something you may have done. There's a tutorial about it. Just hold L1 and then down to look down and press square. And that will detach BB from your suit, and you can kind of rock the controller back and forth. And again, that will build her happiness back to the top. Do that when she's crying, and that's pretty much anytime you fall down or something scares her or whatever. And then she'll eventually stop crying, and you should be able to get that trophy pretty easily. Next up is to soak and sigh, which is to take your first hot spring bath. I guess there's 7 of these all around in the central region. You only need to do one of them, and it will heal you, but like so will a private room. It's a lot easier. There's one south of the Evo Devo place. There's one on the way to the junk dealer in the red rocks there between the film director and the junk dealer. And there's one right on top of the roof of Hartman's place. So that's the one I always use. But anyway, find one of those, hold circle to sit down, and he'll sit down and take a dip. And that's Soak and Sigh. As long as we're doing Soak and Sigh, we might as well do Snooze and Soothe. So this is to heal by sleeping for the first time. The trophy guide on PSN Profiles says that resting in a private room counts. I found that that is not the case at all. So I never got that trophy by resting in a private room. So what I think they mean is do it outside in the field. So whenever you're safe, if you're a little bit out of stamina, you can hold down circle, and that'll sit down. And then if you hold square, Sam will take a nap, and that is, pretty much what'll get you the trophy. So basically it's to sleep out in the field. So that one's done as well.
Let's go.
Now we're on to rest in pieces. And again, this is something you probably already did, but it is possible that you've not done this yet. I think during chapter 5 it is that you'll get this option added where you can cut umbilical cords of the BTs. So just go to any old BT area, wait till the Odra deck turns orange, and hold your breath and sneak right up to a BT and press square, and you will cut the umbilical cord and get rest in pieces. And as long as we're messing around with BTs and tar and all that stuff, let's do Public Service Porter. Again, I did this in my walkthrough down by the junk dealer. So at the junk dealer, there's a pile of chiralium contaminated cargo. That's a tough thing to say all at once. But grab any or all of these pieces and drive directly south. There'll be a big lake there. Just go to your cargo menu, switch one of them to hand carried. I like to use my left hand. So you hold down L2 and then you press square to throw it. You've already done this with a small thermonuclear weapon. So just do it with one of those, just like you did before. Chuck it in there and you'll have that one knocked out of the way. So if my count is right, we've only got 4 trophies left. So that went pretty quick, right? We've got any porter in a storm, which is to trade with another porter for the first time. And then we've got the 3 that are related to building things. So let's do the odd one out here, the any porter in a storm first. And this one's a little bit goofy. I've not had a lot of trouble with it. Just kind of keep an eye out. Porters are, of course, the folks in gray that are walking around randomly. You'll find them throughout the map. You'll find them a lot more as you build rapport, as everybody joins your cult. But basically what you do, have a piece of cargo, doesn't matter what it is, a PCC or like a piece of your equipment, a ladder, whatever it is. And when you walk up to porters, just start mashing the like button. And what you're basically trying to do is get them to stop and hold out the cargo like this. And as soon as that happens, go into your cargo menu and offload any piece of cargo that you have, any item that you have, and set it down on the ground. If you take theirs, then you can pick it up. There's I think it's the square button. You can pick theirs up and step away. Then they should look down and pick up the piece of cargo that you dropped. And as soon as that happens, that completes the exchange. You've been able to trade. And that's the best advice I can give you. Okay, so we're down to 3 trophies, and this is Master Builder, Trailblazer, and Homo Faber. And we're going to do Master Builder and Trailblazer real quick here. One is to build every type of structure, and one is to upgrade every type of structure. So building it isn't too bad. You can even, if you want to save resources, make a hard save. I like Mountain Knot City, actually. It's got a lot of resources and a lot of area to build stuff. And just make a hard save, build all this stuff, and then dismantle it after you're done doing that, and then go back to your, after you get the trophy, and go back to your hard save. Or you can just spend the money. It's the end of the game. You don't need any of these resources in this place anyway. You did all the hard stuff. So anyway, to build, they do include signs, ladders, and climbing anchors. So make sure if you haven't put one of those down yet, put it down. And then we have 7 structures that can be built with PCCs, and that is the post box, the watchtower, the generator, the bridge, timefall shelter, zip line, and safe house. You can find a place in your bridge links that will give you a structures tab and tell you what you've built already of these. So whatever you haven't, go ahead and build them. Once you get all 10 of them, or all 7 of the PCC ones and all 3 of the non-PCC ones, that trophy should pop. And then we'll be working on Trailblazer. So Trailblazer's a little bit different. You would think you would need all of your structures and upgrade them, but you can upgrade other people's online structures. It'll save you resources, and that is really important when it comes to the safe house, because the safe house takes, I think, 13 or 14,000 special alloys to fully upgrade from nothing, and almost 2,000 chiral crystals. So it is not cheap. I suggest you look on the map and find a level 2 safe house somewhere from an online person, and then take whatever is required to get that to level 3. It will count. Other than that, though, there's really not a huge... You got a ton of resources in all these areas. So just throw down a post box and grab 800 metals when you go, and just upgrade it to 2 and wait, and then upgrade it to 3. Do the same thing to the watchtower. It's 1,200 metal total and about a little under 200 chiral crystals. The generators, 800 metal and 100 chiral crystals, so they're not too bad. Just grab them, upgrade them to level 3, and you should be fine. The bridge is a little tough. That takes like almost, I don't know, about 6,000 metal. And the zip line is a little rough on special alloys, but the safe house is the big one. So again, try to find a level 2 safe house. Mine was up by the Mountaineer, which is perfect because I like being at Mountain Knot City anyway. And once you have upgraded all of those, then Trailblazer will pop as well. And that leaves us with one trophy, which is Homo Faber. And this is always, for some reason, the last trophy I get. I don't know why. It works out this way. So it is to fabricate all available weapons and equipment. Now, if you go into the map, it will tell you what you've built, thankfully. So there's a little like cross, like X in the bottom when you go into the item description. See it right there, the little check mark where it says size S, weight 5.0 kilograms or whatever. So you can go through and again, find a facility, and basically you're just going to build and dismantle all of these things. There's 72 of them. It's everything in these menus. You will, by this point in the game, you should have all 72 of them on your map, like available to build. If you don't, there is one memory chip that's required, and it's memory chip number 31 to build a ride trike type. So if that's not on your list, you need to go get that memory chip. It's south of the waterfall, and it's on the western bank, on the low end, on the water end. So just drive or ride or zip line or whatever over there and grab it. If you're missing the sticky gun, that is tied to a optional story mission, Orders for Sam, and that's at the distribution center south of Lake Knot City. You have to go in, grab a sticky gun from a mule camp. You only need one. You can get more, but you only need one, and drive it to Lake Knot City. So if you don't have sticky guns, you have to do that mission to allow you to build that. And the third one is the long-range trucks, and that's another optional objective. I would be shocked if you've gotten this far and not used a truck at all. But it's a order for Sam that comes from the junk dealer and goes to the distro center south of Lake Knot City. So do that, and you will be allowed to use trucks and upgrade your trucks. So you should be able to look through and see what's available to you. Just create all of these that you haven't created yet. And sooner or later, after about 45 minutes of building and dismantling, you should have Homo Faber. And that should give you all of your trophies, and that would be your platinum trophy. So congratulations. I know that's a difficult run. It's very time consuming. Hopefully you've been able to use this video to route a little better than I have. Like I said, just the 12 hours alone on the Novelist Sun would get you well within 35 hours or so for a completion time. So if you want to do that, you can even afford to take a nap if you want, which normally I don't during these long ones. Yeah, it's a little bit tedious at the end, but I think it's very enjoyable and rewarding. And like I said, I am really bothered by the fact that my time was so bad. So I might even take this on and see if I can do a better job. I will certainly be using these strategies that are in these videos. So hopefully you can too. If you came just to know the specific trophy requirements, hopefully that helped you as well and wasn't too long and boring. I'm going to do one more video, which will be a bonus content for this game, which is going to be where to put your zipline anchors. I've seen a lot of requests and I haven't seen a lot of information on it. And I feel like I got a pretty decent network set up here. So I'm going to share that with everybody in the last video. And then I'm going to move on to another game. Finally, this has been a wild month of Death Stranding. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm open to suggestions. Put whatever you want in the comments for what you think I should do next. And until then, stay bad, people. Non-gone is gone.